Here to go deeper into what the Holy Father had to say on the papal plane is Crux Rome Bureau Chief Inés and Martín. Hi, Inés.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Now, we just heard Pope Francis mention his physical limitations on the papal plane, and the Holy Father also spoke about a possible resignation. Let's listen.
Quello che il Signore dica. Il Signore può dire dimettiti, è il Signore che comanda.
Now, Inés, what does this mean for the future of the papacy?
The fact that he's struggling to walk, that he's relying more and more on a wheelchair, a cane, or a walker, will mean that we will see Pope Francis slowing down, which will be, I'm pretty sure, hard for the Energizer bunny of Pope. So on the one hand, we will see him focusing more and more on the reform of the Roman Curia, that is the central government of the Catholic Church in the Vatican. And on the other hand, we'll probably see Pope Francis going back to what we saw during the pandemic, more and more sending messages through video link and video footage so that he gets to still be close to the people.
And Inés, Kazakhstan, Ukraine, and South Sudan, all three of those are possible trips coming up. How could his health affect these and any future trips? I know you mentioned it, touched on it a little bit, but if we could go a little further into it now.
Yeah, I think the one that will be the hardest for him to be able to fulfill due to health concerns is the one to South Sudan and the Democratic Republic of Congo. I had the chance to talk to a lot of people in South Sudan before the Vatican announced that the July trip was going to be postponed. And their concern was that even the airport is not fully prepared to welcome a guest who relies on a wheelchair to move around. So, some concessions and some changes to the program might need to be made. Now, when it comes to Kazakhstan, we're going to see the Pope going to a Muslim majority country. There's a small Christian population, so there are no huge expectations of, the Pope going to a stadium and saying Mass to a great crowd. So that one is going to be a lot easier. Lastly, the trip to Ukraine, I think there's a lot of concern regarding the Pope's safety and also the safety of Ukrainians. Will Vladimir Putin retaliate if the Pope does in fact visit Kiev?
Now, Inés, turning back to Canada, the main point of the trip was Pope Francis's apology, which he delivered multiple times at various events. Now that the Pope has left, how can the Catholic Church carry out this apology in concrete actions?
The Catholic Church in Canada has promised a $30 million compensation fund that they were hoping to raise through, collections and with the help of the faithful in Canada. On the other hand, something the Catholic Church in Canada has promised to work on with the Vatican at the explicit request of the indigenous populations Pope Francis went to visit was the repatriation, for calling it in some way, of hundreds of indigenous artifacts that are currently lodged in the Vatican museums. These two things would be relatively easy to accomplish and would bring a long way the idea of putting into action the words the Pope delivered while he was in Canada last week.
Incredible, Inés. Thank you so much for breaking down both those comments and the trip. Crux Rome Bureau Chief Inés and Martín, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. It was my pleasure.
Hi, I'm Christine Persichetti, anchor of Currents News. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button on this video. And if you want to see more content just like it, subscribe and click on the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching, because we are putting your faith in the news.